Hey everyone, how are you? How's everyone doing tonight? It's going to be an interesting night. No, we're just here to talk about jury instructions for Collin Griffith. And this is one of the most, I know it needs to be done. It's going to be kind of boring. It should be less than an hour. But after following Cat and Kern's lawsuit, or his daughter's case, I've learned that jury instructions are quite important. Mr. Squid was just out here. The little was not happy with the fact that I wouldn't let her have cough drops. We're in full toddler mode tonight, so it's just you get kind of ASMR. And she was crying so much that he came out of the bedroom and made sure everything was good. And it's like, yeah, it's just her being two. It's just her being two. Yeah, she wants to get up on my lap, which I have no problem with. But when she wants to get in my drawers and start doing, and she messed up the settings on my on my mic, so I have to figure out how we're gonna go about and fix these, because yeah. So we have to figure out. We have to do a mic stream. Well, she sees them as something she can eat, not anything super, it's just one of those things that she's two and I want, and I know that she can't have. And when you say no to a toddler, yeah. So, yeah. Hello, how are you? All right, so we are going to get into this real quick. We left off when they were taking a break right before jury instructions. The jury got dismissed, and it's just the lawyers discussing, and this was only a 4-hour day total. So we should be able to get it done in, 50 minutes-ish. All right, I am going to speed it up to 1.25 speed because, this judge talks like this. Yeah, closing arguments are tomorrow. That was the state's only, or the defense's only witness. So I'll just have to return a text real quick. There we go. All right, so we are just going to start this off. Sorry if it's a little bit boring, but jury instructions are very important.
For the record, these instructions were proposed by the state. All instructions that have been given so far will go back. We will start this morning with 2.3 stipulations. I have included the exact language from the written stipulation that you handed to me that I read in court as part of that instruction. Is there any objection to that?
Me too.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No objection.
Duncan, Idaho, thank you.
That takes us to 2.7, closing argument. That appears to be standard. Is there any objection?
No, sir.
3.1, introduction to final instructions is standard. Is there any objection?
No, sir.
3.2, statement of the charge is standard and accurate. Is there any objection?
No, sir.
It seems like the substantive instructions on the crimes are at the end, but they would come next. And we begin with 7.1, introduction to homicide. That is a standard instruction. It states what appear to be the appropriate lessors.
Yes, Judge, hold on, let me get to it since I didn't reorder them. It does appear to be standard and accurate.
No objection.
No objection.
All right. 7.2, first degree premeditated murder. Appears to be the standard instruction. Is there any objection?
Yeah.
No, sir.
7.3, first degree felony murder appears to be standard. Is there any objection?
No, sir.
That takes us to 7.4. Well, after that, I would give when there were lesser included crimes or attempts. That is back up. Here, and again, it states second degree murder and manslaughter as the lessers.
Those are the category 1 lessers.
Any other lessers requested?
No, sir.
And then for kidnapping, false
Hey,
imprisonment.
sticky widget.
Correct. Also a category 1 lesser.
Any other lessers requested as for kidnapping?
No, sir.
All right. All right, second degree murder appears to be the standard instruction. Is there any objection?
No, sir. There doesn't appear to be a manslaughter instruction in the packet.
I don't have it either. Let me pull it from Florida Bar website. Just a moment.
No, not that.
This judge talks extra slow. I did release a short little video today on a Jeremy Hales update. There was a small update in the federal case. Not enough to do a live stream, but enough to record a video.
Get there. Kidnapping also comes before when there are lesser included
Right.
crimes or attempts. Is there any objection to the kidnapping instruction as proposed?
Sorry.
No, sir.
All right.
Exactly, sticky widget. I'm here for, I don't do the drama part of the case, but if you want the documents with a little bit of
All right, so since the state did not include 7.7
Sarcasm.
manslaughter, is the state has
I'm
to
your girl.
proceed on just manslaughter by act, element 2A?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that.
All right, so it will read to prove the crime of manslaughter, the state must prove the following 2 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. Catherine Griffith is dead. Have you been putting her middle name in?
No, Your Honor.
And then I will take out the A, the letter A. Element 2 will simply read, Collin Griffith intentionally committed an act or acts that caused the death. Kathy Griffith. And then the next paragraph, every person has a duty to act.
if you want snark,
Others,
that's
if there is a
that's
violation
me.
of that duty, or malicious intention or harm,
no.
that violation
No.
is negligence, then the defendant cannot be guilty of
No.
manslaughter by committing either justifiable or excusable homicide, as I previously explained to you. In order to convict manslaughter by act, it is not necessary for the state to prove that the defendant had an intent to cause death, only an intent to commit an act that was not negligent, justified, or excusable, and which caused death. And that's it. Correct, Mr.
It is, it's taken care of, Judge.
Ms. Thornhill, you agree that's
I
all they
love
should
you.
be instructed on?
I do agree.
Just a moment.
It was only 2 pages flash ran. So for those of you who didn't hear, I had a hater comment and 2 hater comments, one hater comment and then a person who agreed with him. That was like, I just mute the video and read the document. So now, I am no longer going to be showing the entire document. I will still post it in the Discord server, but I'm not going to. I pay for those documents.
Take us to 9.2,
These are ain't
false
free.
imprisonment, which appears to be the standard instruction. Is there any objection?
No objection.
All right. Moving back up.
Pacer's not free, so now that I know that people were
Just
using me for
excusable
documents,
homicide,
and they hate me, but they
and
steal the docs from
justifiable
me.
Use of deadly force after the lessers or after introduction of homicide or
I assessors
Right.
unless you want it someplace else.
Nope.
Mr. Lee,
I'm fine with whatever the defense requests are.
so that would come next. Let me pull up that construction. I had it up somewhere this morning. That is 3.6F. And this was proposed by the defense, but it's not the whole kitchen sink in, so we need to talk about that.
Yep.
Just
That's true. And they always show themselves too.
So it should, the title should just be justifiable use of deadly force, correct?
Correct.
It is a defense. You're claiming self-defense only as a count one, correct?
The first degree murder, yes.
It is a defense to the crime of first-degree murder if the actions of Collin Griffith constitute the justifiable use.
I think they do it intentionally.
Deadly force means force likely to cause death or great bodily harm. Great bodily harm means great, as distinguished from slight, trivial, minor, or moderate harm. Collin Griffith does not have the burden of proving that he was justified using.
I think they do it on purpose because
Instead,
they don't
we
like
find
to
the
be
defendant
filmed,
guilty, the state
so they
is proved
purposely
beyond a reasonable
screw it
doubt
up.
the defendant is not justified in using deadly force. Collin Griffith was justified in using deadly force if he reasonably believed that such force was necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself, correct?
Correct.
It's me.
And you are not requesting or the imminent.
You always
commission
crack me up.
of some applicable force.
No, because the applicable forcible felony would be aggravated battery, which indicates.
April, Crochet Nora, thank you. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see people in here. I know there's a lot going on lately,
Is
and
there any
watching
dispute
jury
about the
instructions with
retreat
me are not the
which
most
instruction I give on that, Mr. Levine?
entertaining.
Collin Griffith had no duty to retreat before using deadly force, or one that begins if Collin Griffith was not committing any crime other than the alleged, I assume it's a kidnapping. Yeah. You tell me, that's not right.
I don't think he had a duty to retreat. He was in a place that he was allowed to be. In fact, he was living there, so it's like it's his home.
Mr. Levine?
I don't disagree that the defendant did not have a duty to retreat.
And it's easy for the prosecution to agree to that because
Of course, I said in the context of the defense advancing the self-defense.
I understand.
it's his house and they believe he didn't commit it self-defense.
No duty
So
to retreat before using deadly force.
yeah, right. Last I love your optimism, but I'm realistic.
Why is that second part here again? Oh, because it's in dwelling.
The only streams that even get close to that are drama streams.
So Ms. Thornhill, that next section is similar. To the paragraph which reads, Collin Griffith was justified in using deadly force if he reasonably believed that such force was necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself or others. But then this next section encompasses the same context within it, or the same law in the context of standard of ground. I don't think both need to be given, but is this what you're requesting, or just the simple?
I mean, I would rather have both, just in case the jury thinks that he didn't have a right to stand his ground in this house that he had a right to be in. I realize it's somewhat duplicative, but it's the standard and that's what is allowed for. It doesn't say give this or this.
That's hilarious. I mean,
No objection.
So
at the end of the day, like, I don't always agree with what Jeremy does. I don't always disagree with what the other side says, but you have to admit that two things are true about that case. One, the sound bites are epic, and two, despite being overly dramatic, this thing being and dragging Jeremy's life into a course I'm sure he never saw it going, he's got a good sense of humor. And you can't deny that because instead of getting mad about the haters, he's like Trump in the stupid dance. Like they tried to make fun of him for it, and what did he do? He's made it a whole thing. He's made it go viral because he can't dance and he admits that he can't dance and doesn't care. And like if you can have a sense of humor about the negative shit in your life, it makes it a lot more bearable. So whatever you think of Jeremy, he's got a fucking sense of humor. Thank God. The other side does not.
Barbara Reed, Collin Griffith was in a, you want dwelling or residence?
Residence is fine.
Was in a residence in which he had a right to be. He had the right to retreat and had the right to stand his ground.
Where are we going? Go get a snack. Go get your snack.
Force, deadly force. He
Okay.
reasonably believed that such conduct was necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself.
That's correct, and B is not requested.
I don't disagree. It's me. And Joseph, that's what I'm good at, as I just laugh at stupid stuff.
It's not applicable, correct? Or are you asking for that?
I really wish I had a copy of these jury instructions.
If the defendant reasonably believed the force was necessary, I'm sorry. Yes, to prevent great bodily harm to himself while resisting any attempt to murder him, commit a forcible felony, or commit a felony upon him, or commit a felony upon him in dwelling in which he was. Are you asking for anything?
Well, and once again, Judge, it seems duplicative, but since it's not in the disjunctive, and it's entirely possible the jury could believe that Kathy was trying to murder Collin or at least commit an aggravated battery upon him, I would request it.
Mr. Lee?
No objection.
Sometimes / the stupidity or the derangement syndrome is
Justifiable. If Collin Griffith
that's as loud as it goes.
reasonably believed that force was necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to himself while resisting any attempt to murder him or commit an aggravated battery upon him.
Yeah, can we also add aggravated assault?
I don't object to the aggravated battery. What was the context, Your Honor, again, of the aggravated assault request by the defense?
They wanted to read, the use of deadly force is justifiable if Collin Griffith reasonably believed that the force was necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm
But there's
to
people
himself
who
while
believe
resisting
that.
any attempt to murder him or commit an aggravated battery or aggravated assault upon him.
No objection.
The last paragraph you're not asking for.
Oh, no, C,
Yes.
correct, I'm not asking for that.
This next part about law enforcement and excessive force is not applicable. You agree?
I agree.
Now, in deciding whether Collin Griffith was justified in the use of deadly force, you must consider the circumstances at the time force was used. The danger need not have been actual, however, to justify the use of deadly force. The appearance of imminent danger must have been so real that the defendant actually believed the use of deadly force was necessary, moreover, to justify the use of deadly force. A reasonably cautious and prudent person under the same circumstances would have believed the use of deadly force, was necessary. this next portion about presumption of fear is not applicable, correct?
I don't think it's applicable, Judge.
And nor is the next portion of those A through D paragraphs, correct?
I agree.
This is the first casualty in aviation in 12 years. So, and Taz, it,
Intent to commit an unlawful act.
so we will listen to the audio because I found a video of a pilot who has the audio, air traffic control audio. It was not air traffic control, in my opinion, based on that audio. It was not air traffic control's problem. They told the helo, asked the helo multiple times if they had a visual. They had a visual, they had a visual, and the helo assumed responsibility every time. I believe the pilot that I was watching, he had said that it looked like they were looking at the visual of 3130, which was the next jet in line to I think it was an Embraer 170. But or 175 maybe. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was also American Airlines. So they were looking at American Airlines 3130. And he believes, based on the audio, that they never saw 5284 or the CRJ. So, yeah. So it's, I believe in a, just hearing the audio that it's not the air traffic control's fault because they mentioned multiple times, do you have a visual? We will listen to the audio in this, and I will link this guy's video because I want to give him all credit because he got the audio. And there was people this morning saying that the helo was on a different frequency. He has all of the audio from air traffic control, talking to everybody that day. So, yeah, but I don't know everything that a Black Hawk has. I didn't work on, in the Navy, we call them Seahawks. I didn't work on Seahawks. I didn't work on helos at all. I was fixed wing. But based on what I hear in the audio, air traffic control, despite the issues that we're going to talk about with aircraft traffic control and the federal lawsuit that I have in relation to air traffic control and the FAA and the Department of Transportation, I don't think that this particular issue, this was all the helo's fault. This is completely the helo's fault.
Agreed.
I agree that is not applicable.
And we need to define residence, correct? But not dwelling, since we haven't chosen.
Right, I think
Do you agree,
residence
Mr.
is,
Williams?
No objection.
I do not need to define vehicle, correct?
correct.
All right. And then there's this part. However, the use of deadly force is not justified if you find that Collin Griffith is attempting to committing, or escaping after the commission of an applicable forcible felony. Am I getting that?
I'm not.
Yes, sir.
Or kidnapping, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there an objection?
No.
However, the use of deadly force is not justified.
I don't think that.
I don't know that that applies, does it, Mr. Williams?
No objection.
All right, so that whole section comes out. All right, and then I'm assuming you want prior threats or difficulties.
Yes, please.
So that would be if you find that Collin Griffith, who, because of prior threats or difficulties with Matthew Griffith, had reasonable grounds to believe that he was in danger of death or great bodily harm at the hands of Kathy Griffith. You may consider this fact in determining whether the actions of Collin Griffith were those of a reasonable person. If you find that at the time of the alleged first degree, or yes, alleged first-degree murder. Should it also say the lessers?
As with a previous section in the same instruction, it could say first-degree murder and all included lessers.
Did you find that at the time of the alleged first-degree murder or any lesser included offense?
I'm surprised they're not arguing more.
Kathy Griffith.
And Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. The state's proposed instructions uses Catherine Griffith, so we should probably be consistent throughout.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
I'll make that
Yep.
change before I finalize it. Thank you for that. Catherine Griffith had committed an act of violence. You may consider that fact in determining whether Collin Griffith reasonably believed it was necessary for him to use deadly force. All right, as to these two reputations, are you asking for one or both?
Both, please.
Mr. Levine?
No objection.
If you find that Catherine Griffith had a reputation of being a violent and dangerous person, and that her reputation was known to Collin Griffith, you may consider this fact in determining whether the actions of Collin Griffith were those of a reasonable person in dealing with an individual of that reputation. If you find that Catherine Griffith had a reputation of being a violent and dangerous person, you may consider this fact in determining whether she was the initial aggressor. And in considering the issue of self-defense, you may take into account the relative physical abilities and capacities of Collin Griffith and Catherine Griffith. And that is it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Any other comments, requests, suggestions with respect to justifiable use of deadly force?
No, sir.
Flash man, I don't think they'll deliberate for more than 6 hours.
Subsections of justifiable use of deadly force have come from the standard jury instruction. There's no special request by the defense.
No special requests.
Everything, what was sent to me by Ms. Thornhill appeared to be directly copied from the Florida Bar website. So.
Yes, it was.
All right. Back up.
So then would excusable homicide follow that?
Are you talking about introduction of this thing?
That there was actually an excusable homicide instruction that was provided in the packet that the state,
Where is that?
I don't remember where it is.
The introduction to homicide portion, I'd have to scroll down to confirm, but
I didn't see that in the copy. I mean,
You're right.
excusable homicide is included in the introduction to homicide.
But it doesn't give the explanation of what the circumstances are under which it would be excusable.
It was an incomplete instruction. I have the killing of a human being is excusable and therefore lawful under any one of the following three circumstances: when the killing is committed by accident, misfortune, when doing any lawful act by lawful means with usual ordinary caution without any lawful intent, or two, when the killing occurs by accident in misfortunate heat of passion, upon any sudden sufficient provocation, or three, same thing, if a dangerous weapon is not used and the killing is not done in a cruel and unusual manner. Is that what you were?
Yeah, that's what I'm requesting, and maybe it just is part
think
of
what it is-
introduction to homicide, it just,
I think what it was is, because the standard instruction has the two sections, justifiable and excusable, and they're all caps in the standard instruction, and probably what happened is.
The second
it went
page.
To a second page, but that's in there. All right. All right, after self-defense, are there any aggravator instructions that need to be given for weapons or anything like that? I didn't see any.
Your Honor, I think in the verdict form, there's special findings, and you're right, there should be an aggravator as it pertains to the knife and the weapon, but I don't believe that I remember to include it.
That would be aggravation by carrying, displaying, using, threatening to use, attempting to use a weapon. And was that charged in the indictment?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sure.
Just to count one, I believe.
yes.
She does need a brush. She looks like she hasn't washed her hair in like a week, and that blonde is not natural. But that's just me being judgy because I don't like her.
So that is 3.3A.
I'm sorry?
That's 3.3A. Do you object to that instruction being given?
No.
All right, let's handle that one out real quick. All right, so that will read if, well, it'll be aggravation of, now, Mr. Levine, I've had this discussion with, well, he's a juvenile, so I think it is appropriate in this case. So it will be aggravation of first degree murder. Second degree
Yeah,
murder,
plus he lied to the
and
cops.
manslaughter,
Yes, sir.
correct, because it's a level enhancement, correct, not an amendment.
Correct.
So it does not apply to first degree murder. I don't think that prosecutors take it a different, I mean,
As it
it's a
pertains,
capital crime, so I mean, you can't.
Right, you
really
can't enhance it.
and on my verdict form, if I remember correctly, I don't have a special finding as it pertains to first degree murder.
So that should be aggravation of second degree murder and for manslaughter, correct?
That's acceptable.
You agree, Ms. Thornhill?
Yes.
By carrying, displaying, using, threatening to use, or attempting to use a weapon. I will read, if you find that Collin Griffith committed second degree murder or manslaughter, and you also find beyond a reasonable doubt that during the commission of the crime, you personally carried, displayed, used, threatened to use, or attempted to use a weapon, you should find him guilty of first degree murder with a weapon, or second degree murder with a, second degree murder with a weapon, or manslaughter with a weapon.
No.
Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
And this. They know he
Don't
killed
need to find
someone,
firearm.
but not who.
That is correct.
And then I'll define weapon. A weapon is defined as the object readily capable of inflicting bodily harm of using the ordinary manner contemplated by its design and construction, or to any other object. Do I need to do any other object?
No, I think it's,
Pretty clear.
yeah, we're,
Do you agree, Mr. Levine?
I agree.
Final paragraph, so I'll take out the one as well, so it will just be one sentence. Then the final paragraph, if you find that Collin Griffith committed second degree murder or manslaughter, that you are not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that he personally carried, displayed, used, threatened to use, or attempted to use a weapon, then you should find him guilty only of second degree murder or manslaughter, correct?
yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, there is no instruction on the issue related to juveniles. That's just a verdict form issue, correct, with the findings of
Actually,
actual kill, intended to kill, or attempted to kill, correct?
yes.
Correct.
All right, so that will take us then to 3.7, plea of not guilty, reasonable doubt, proof. This is the new standard instruction, I believe, correct?
That I don't know.
Well, it may not be, and I thought, because I've been getting this instruction by memory now for probably 15 years, but I never noticed until recently that first sentence of what a reasonable doubt is not. I never remembered it saying proof beyond a reasonable doubt does not mean proof beyond all doubt. I thought it just started with a reasonable doubt is not a mere possible doubt. So I think this is new. Any objection?
No.
All right. And I am assuming, Mr. Levine, that that is pulled from the most current version on the website.
That was my intent, Your Honor.
All right, let me just be sure.
In my office, I wouldn't say it was necessarily pulled from the website, but pulled from our computer that is supposed to be the most up-to-date jury instructions originating from the website.
And then it's in there. It's on the website.
Yeah, I kind of think he should have testified. Because
New standard language. Oh, yes, it was amended May 2024. All right.
oh, yeah, and that's
Any objection to reasonable?
So-
3.9, weighing the evidence.
jury intimidation.
As to the, if this appears to be standard, as to the factors for consideration 1 through 5 are always given. Do we need money or preferred treatment?
I don't believe so, Judge.
Mr. Levine,
I agree.
pressure or threat?
I don't believe that's applicable here.
Mr. Levine,
I agree.
I will give inconsistent statements. Is that agreed?
Right here,
Mr. Levine, do you
Oh,
agree?
yes, Your Honor.
eating a snack.
There's no felony or misdemeanor conviction, correct?
Correct.
And no reputation for truthfulness, correct?
Correct.
Do you agree, Mr. Levine?
I agree.
All right, so I'll renumber inconsistent statements as number 6. All right, request is standard, including expert witnesses. I will remove the defendant becoming a witness,
Yes, please.
and the rest appears appropriate. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes,
You want me to give 3.9A defendant not testifying?
yes, please.
And am I giving 3.9B defendant statements?
Yes, please.
3.10 rules for deliberation appears to be standard. Is there any objection?
No objection.
3.11 cautionary instruction is standard. Any objection?
No objection.
3.12 verdict.
I would object if I thought it would do any good to, you don't have to be unanimous on the premeditation or the felony murder. But I don't think I have.
You're making a record preservation
Yes,
objection.
I am making a record for preservation purposes.
You wish to make an argument?
Just that I think that the unanimity requirement should apply to the different theories that the state has put forth as to first degree murder. I think that the instruction should be, your verdict must be unanimous either as to premeditation or unanimous as to felony murder.
Any responses to the
No, I would ask that you instruct the jury on the standard jury instruction.
law, as I understand, has not changed, and that under Florida law, they do not have to be unanimous as to the type of first degree murder, only that it be one or the other. I think this should go before the paragraph above it.
Yes, yes, it should.
Do you agree, Mr. Logan? That the last paragraph should go about the second to last paragraph?
Wherever it's supposed to go, Your Honor.
So that's where I'm going to put it, and you agree with that?
That's fine.
We'll talk about the verdict form in just a second. Single defendant, multiple counts, I'm taking out for information in the title. But that appears to be standard and includes the caveat for legally interlocking counts. Any objection?
No objection.
That takes us to legally interlocking counts.
Thanks, Taz, for being a member for 3 months. Good luck with the upcoming move. Love ya. Thanks. It should be an interesting time. It's expensive to hire movers, though. It's super expensive to hire movers. Oi, 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 oi.
Now, if I remember correctly, the last paragraph is not standard, but it's something that has been used before. So this is sort of a special instruction, correct, Mr. Levine?
If I remember correctly, yes, I believe in these cases, maybe even Your Honor proposed it or gave the parties an option and it seemed to make good sense and describe everything clearly and accurately. If the defense has any objection to something, I don't object to if they want something taken out. That's beyond the standard.
So Ms. Thornhill, the first two paragraphs appear to be standard and accurate. That last paragraph reads, however, the alternative crime of first degree premeditated murder charged in count 1 is not linked to any other count in the indictment. A finding of guilty or not guilty as to count 2 must not affect your verdict as to the first degree premeditated murder charged in count 1.
I think that's an accurate statement of the law. I don't have an objection to it being read, even though it's not part of the standard instruction. It might actually help them figure things out if they actually notice that one is felony murder and one is premeditated murder.
So as to the rest of that instruction, any objection?
No.
All right. And that takes us to 3.13, submitting case to jury, which is standard. Is there any objection?
No objection.
And then the instructional discharge.
No objection.
All right, are there any other, before we talk about the verdict form, any other?
And Sticky Widget, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. I'll buy the first pizza for moving day. That's actually funny because we're hiring the movers. A couple of my friends have asked if we need help, and like I hate relying on other people because one, I hate making my friends work, and secondly, it's I've noticed in asking people to help move, there's a lot of people who say yes, I'll help. Tell me when and where. And then when you tell them when and where, like the last, the day before you move, it's like, oh, I can't come. Or, oh, I forgot I had this going on. So it's like, we don't have basements down here. We don't have basements down here. So no, no basements. But It's funny that you put in the $9.99 or the pizza because I'm doing an unpacking party. So I'm having friends come over and I'm ordering pizza and we're just taking crap out of boxes. Um, so it's not like they have to work super hard. They don't have to lift anything. They just have to open boxes and start putting stuff on a table and I can put it where it's supposed to go. No HOA. That was one of our thing. And Harry, thank you for the $20 super chat. Get little squid bananas. And yes, Flash fan, thank you for that reminder. It is pepper. Oh, I can smell them. Just opening up the bag. Can I do a tiny one? Do I have to do a big one? So there's my garlic clove. I promise it's a hot one. It's got lots of seasoning on it. Down the hatch. Ugh, the things you do. Whew. Oh, yeah. Pizza is a moving helper staple. It is, isn't it? Oh, that one wasn't so bad. Maybe.
Standard or special instructions requested by the state,
No, Your Honor.
by the defense.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's hot.
I'm sorry, Judge, what was
Any
it?
other standard or special instructions requested?
No.
Let's take a look at the verdict form. Here is the verdict. So as to count one, the first choice is for first degree murder, as charged in the indictment. Second choice, the defendant is guilty of second degree murder, a lesser included offense. And under that, the further findings, and then manslaughter, which does not have the further findings. So my thought is we separate the verdict form into guilt findings and then special findings separately, since they become repetitive after second degree murder and manslaughter. They're the same section of special findings. Does that sound fair, Mr. Cleveland?
It does, Your Honor, and I would ask that you add the language under manslaughter that's there for second degree murder, the special findings. It was oversight. I didn't put it on there as an oversight.
I think that also the finding as to actually killing, well, you've only proposed that they be asked about actually killing Catherine Griffith. You don't really need any of the attempted to kill or intended to kill language.
Yeah, by operation of the facts of this case, I'm okay with it just saying actually killed.
That's fine.
Hi,
But
Taz.
Go ahead.
because he is a juvenile, and that's what those special findings pertain to, would you put it under after the guilt findings, then do that as after finding? That's what
Yes,
you
it
were
would.
indicating. Okay.
So we would basically have count one and count two. It would be count one in order, first degree murder, second degree murder, manslaughter, not guilty. And then count two, kidnapping, false imprisonment, not guilty. Then special finding question one, if you found the defendant guilty of first degree murder or second degree murder, you must answer the following question. The defendant actually killed Kathy Griffith? Yes, no. And I explained when I went over the verdict form that those also have to be beyond a reasonable doubt and unanimous findings. And then, so that's special finding one. Special finding two, if you found the defendant guilty of second degree murder or manslaughter, you must answer the following question. The defendant carried, displayed, etc. Yes or no?
That makes a lot of sense.
Mr. Levine?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not going to pound through that here while you're sitting in front of me. I'll just correct it.
Thank
And email everything to you all this afternoon so you have it. And if you see any errors, and it's invariably, as I'm reading the instructions, I see one, but I would ask that you review them if you see any typos or other errors, to just alert them back now so they can change what we're printing tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else we need to pick up this afternoon?
No, Your Honor.
I don't believe so.
All right, and I told the jury they'd probably be going to deliberate around lunch. Are you anticipating all day arguments?
No, Your Honor, I think they will be deliberated by lunch.
I agree.
All right, everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you at 8:30.
Thank you. All right.
And with that, he is done with jury instructions. They will read it to the judge or the jury tomorrow, do closing arguments, read jury instructions, whatever order he wants to do that in. And then they will be deliberating. Oh, so tomorrow I will be doing a 10 a.m. stream. I like the 10 to 12. I don't have the time to listen to this judge talk at regular speed. and that female attorney's voice is getting more and more annoying by the day. Flash fan, she got a laptop. She filed a pro se motion. Oh my god, I have to look really quick. We just have to look. Like we just have to before this we just I just got a text from Rosalind that says she's got all the weird today, but she says, F the world, I'm over 2K, so I must not be terrible. If you haven't subscribed to Rosalind Duke, go do it. She is amazing. She's hilarious. She is my, like, I can't call her my personal graphic designer, but like whenever I need something and I need help with something, Rosalind's my girl. She helped me with the merch logos. She was the one who made my squid logo. She's just amazing. So if y'all haven't subscribed to Rosalind, you're missing out. Let's see. I haven't checked on her in a while. So I will, or Sarah Boone in a while. So let's go to Orange County Clerk. And we will just look at Sarah Boone. Let's see. Yeah, Rosalind's a sweetheart. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's officially on appeal. Like the last time I saw it, it said closed. So I can if he comes up. So he hasn't been coming up on my stuff lately. Correspondent from clerk to defendant. Oh, I will have to definitely do I'm going to do a Saturday morning what's kind of happening around the law space, and that'll be one of the topics I cover is Sarah Boone. So we'll give a little Sarah Boone appeal update. I just have to write down, because as I'm finding things, I'm also looking up the new Ruby Frankie Jody Hildebrandt website or website. Oh, I'm tired. I am looking up the new Jody Hildebrandt Ruby Frankie lawsuit that was filed against them in federal court. There is another one that we got to pay for. That's the downside to Pacer. I love having Pacer. I love having access to Pacer. It took me months to get my Pacer account approved. But it gets, so I appreciate all the super chats because they literally go right back into the channel. They literally go right back into the channel to talk about all these cases, because I end up, my last time was $40, like $45, something like that. Okay. I had to type out his full name before it actually came up. But yeah, I will redirect over there. That's why it's really short. That's why I'm going to do all the Saturday morning, because not a lot of people stream on Saturday morning. So it'll be kind of a me thing. I won't have to compete with as many people. It's like wake up, have your coffee, and get the small updates on the little cases that you want to know about, but don't really have enough to look up or have a stream of their own. So it's kind of going to be a Saturday morning, your quick bites, sort of speak. They do. So everyone's now a sovereign citizen. Yeah, apparently. So it's gonna be great. Coffee. Yes. Grab your coffee, grab a snack, and come hang out with me on a Saturday morning, and we'll just go over these quick case updates that we really haven't heard about in a while. There's a couple of things that have been filed. There's a little bit of news, but nothing that can take up an hour stream by itself. So, yes, you have fun, Flash fan. I will probably be doing, since this is going to jury tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, I will go over the FAA lawsuit that I have. The fourth amended complaint. Saturday mornings about 10 o'clock. Or 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Generally, Mr. Squid is at work, working overtime. The little is awake, refreshed, and about that time of day, she wants nothing to do with me. That's her like independent play. She'll go do her own stuff in her playroom. So she tends to do her own independent play, and I can actually be on the computer without having to like worry so much about her either wanting all of my attention all the time or her needing every little thing. Breakfast is done. Yeah, that's about the time when she's like, I don't care what you're doing. I'm going to do my own thing. So, and in order to Eastern time, I'm in Georgia, so I'm Eastern time. Yeah, Flash has been deported to Aruba for a vacation. So, like, oh, that's early. Yeah. All right. I am sending you guys over to Tug. You have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow morning. I will set up that stream right now, and I'm going to look up those Jody Hildebrand documents. That will be a stream of its own as well. But Saturday, 9:30, 10 is going to be kind of a regular thing to just give you quick news updates. 0 dark 30 for me. Where are you? Oh, you're in Oregon. That's right. Yeah, it's early for some people and not early for others. So, but it's not a lot of people are streaming at that time, so it's like it's kind of that I get to maybe hold a stream of my own that I otherwise would have to compete with, everybody. Later, guys. Y'all have a great night. Tell Tug I said hi.